Welcome to part two. I'm backing up and backing up WordPress. And in the previous video, we kind of discussed as to how we can back up our whole WordPress site with a touch of a button, and that's kind of what we did. And we had a look at the general settings. We had a look at where it actually gets, backed up if you choose the backup to folder option right here, and it says like it's taking us to a certain section in our actual WordPress, and you can see that it's actually putting it down in your uploads. And if you know that WordPress uploads folder is actually where WordPress saves the actual content that gets uploaded via WordPress, okay? So that's where it's backing it up at, and that's a perfect place to back it up. I mean, you can change it to back up to your like Dropbox section, and the reason why you will want to do that is because if you have a total server meltdown, then you've gotten copy in your Dropbox, and this is quite crucial because imagine you have a proper site going, or you even have a client that's got a proper site going with about 3,000 users using the site properly. I mean, you want an option for backup. You never know what's going to happen, right? So the next thing I want to chat about is the actual schedule of this backup, and you can actually say you can change the job status to manually only, or with WordPress.com, or with test demo, and then it's got an extra link right there, so you can go, okay, I'm going to do it like this way, and then you can like run and create a script for it. So I normally change it to manually only, and you can basically go the next. So if you want to change it back to WordPress.com, you can have an execution time. So every time you can go, okay, I want this to be done daily, or I want this to be done weekly, and you can save the changes, and it will back it up constantly for you by doing that. So the database backup is the next section I want to chat about, and the database backup is just basically you saying like, okay, I'm going to highlight everything, and I'm going to download the WordPress SQL file. So you can see the WordPress SQL file for this actual WordPress site is called WordPress 786, and we're going to look at exporting that manually as well, which also can be used and also can be helped to getting backup going. So if I go to your your PHP MyAdmin, and this normally you can get either on your own server, installing PHP MyAdmin, or if you have a actual, how can I say, an actual hosted service, you can actually ask your hosted service to access your PHP MyAdmin. So we want to use WordPress 786, and that's kind of what I'm going to go to. I'm going to go to 786, which is that one, and I'm basically going to export this database. So I'm going to say export, and I'm basically going to export it, and I'm going to do a quick export, and I'm just going to hit go. And basically what I'm doing is I'm exporting the whole database of WordPress, and you can see that it's saved it already. And basically you can do, if the site broke, there's a couple of steps to retrieve it, and we're definitely going to look at the couple of steps in a bit. So that is in essence how to back up your WordPress site. You can have a plugin like this that does everything for you, or you can do it manually like that. So when you go to your plugin section, and that's another thing that's important, right, is that you want to make sure that your plugins also gets saved properly, and you can change the actual extension of that as well. So in essence, there's a lot of like settings you can change with this specific plugin. So the other thing you can have a look at is logs, and logs gives you an idea of that what happened and how it was actually done. Was it done successfully, that kind of stuff. So you can see, yeah, that you have a database dump done, and that means that it's trying to actually back everything up, and it's cleaning up after itself, and that's basically what's happening here. So everything looks okay, and it's actually saying everything is okay. So that means that all the whole database check was done and the job done in 25 seconds. That means that everything done and everything ran smoothly. So that is in essence, that is a successful backup. And if you're going to install this in your site, I definitely recommend you to do a schedule so that it automatically does everything for you. Because I mean, you can forget to go do an actual backup, and that can definitely interfere when you have a client.